Welcome to Adding Scripts to Your Game and the Unity 5 Gameplay course by PAC Publishing. In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to create scripts from scratch. We'll write two scripts. The first one will be executed each time the game starts. The other will be based on collisions. Let's launch Unity 5. You can see here the layout of Unity 5 now includes a console window in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. We are going to use that console in our first script. We're going to print to that console. Let's create a script. We're going to go to Assets, Create, C# script. We're going to call this Greeting. And you can see that I was already on the My Scripts folder, so it automatically put that there. Double-clicking the Greeting script brings up Visual Studio. And what we want to do is inside this Start method, we're going to write a statement that prints to the console. We're going to print, and we'll say greetings player one. We'll put this line of code in the start method because whenever the object that this code is attached to is first loaded, this will run. So click Save, close that, and then we have greeting. Now this code exists just by itself right now. It's not attached to any game object. You can see in the inspector view that our edited code is there. So let's go to hierarchy view and select the main camera. Then in the inspector view, we're going to add component. We're going to add scripts. And then you can see greeting is listed right there. So now we added that component and you can see it now in the inspector view. Now when we run this game in game mode, you should see in the console window that print statement. Put in game mode and there we go. It says greetings player one. And it tells us where it came from. Okay, so that was pretty simple. Now let's create a script that acts on a collision. What we want to do is when a player walks into any object on the screen, we want that object to produce output to the console. I'm going to go back to project view. I'm going to select My Scripts, then Assets, Create, C# script. We're going to call this one Bump. Double click to edit that script. Visual Studio opens back up. And what we want to do now here is create our own method. And then we'll say private void on trigger, enter. And then we want to print you bumped into me. In that line. And we'll save that. And minimize that window. And now we'll pick this object with the texture. We want the sphere collider is trigger, and then add component, scripts, and then bump. See that listed there, and this now has a collider associated with it. So when we bump into that sphere, it should tell us that we did. So let's put this in game mode. We see the greetings, and you can see that the object is right in front of us. So I'm going to walk right into it. And as soon as I collide, it says you bumped into me. We leave it, and then go back into it, bumped into me. And now let's say that we want to replicate that. We're going to take this out of game mode. We're going to edit that script. And instead of saying you bumped into me, let's say you bumped into game object.name, plus we'll add a period. So this will take the name variable from the game object that this script is attached to and print it. So it will say you bumped into the name of the object. Let's save that, minimize. Okay, so now let's run this again. And when we run into that sphere, it will say you bumped into sphere one. You can see that in the console window, lower left-hand corner. I'm going to take this out of game mode. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pick sphere 3, make it the sphere collider trigger, add component scripts bump. Same thing for sphere 2, make it a trigger collider, add the script bump to it, and let's do the same thing to cube 1 and cube 2. You can see what we're doing is we're using this one script over and over again. Okay, we have cube 3, and then this wall, which is really just a cube, but we called it wall. And now we're going to run this. Now you watch the console window, which I'll make larger. So we bump into tier 1, tier 3, couple cubes, into the wall, and you can see that that one line of code in that one script applied to multiple objects was able to appear unique. So that really goes to show the power of scripting your game. In this section, we covered the basics of scripting in Unity 5. We selected C# as our language, and we demonstrated how to create, edit, and delete scripts. We also examined adding scripts to our game. We created one script to execute every time the game was run, and another script that we applied to multiple objects that executed when a collision occurred. Next up, testing the game.